Hello, friends. This is Marco Telles. Um, I work for Language and Culture, Lengua y Cultura. This is the best Spanish school based in Mexico City. We are teaching both on-site and online. And this is going to be the audio for the handout that you can download from the website of Live and Invest Overseas. You can have the PDF file, read it, write on it, print it out, but this audio and video is going to help you with pronunciation. So from now on, I'm going to share my screen and you will be able to see what I'm reading and pronouncing for you so that you can learn how to say all those things that are useful for you when you come to Mexico to live, work, travel, invest, socialize, enjoy yourselves. Okay, so we're starting with some explanation in English. You can read that, and it says that in Mexico and Latin America, English is spoken, but only in large cities and tourist areas. And when it comes to small towns, local shops, it is advisable to learn some Spanish and be able to um, get by in the language. So at this point, I will be explaining the pronunciation of this. So we start with the basics. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Muchas gracias. Disculpe. No importa. No hay problema. Por favor. Gracias. Hasta luego. Hasta mañana. Adiós. So all these phrases I just read for you are on the right column. One by one, there is the equivalent in English so that you know what they mean. I will go on to some very useful, snappy phrases for immediate use. Buenos días. That means good morning. Buenos días. Nos vemos mañana. That means see you tomorrow. Buenas tardes. That means good afternoon. Hasta luego. That means goodbye or see you later. ¿Cómo estás? That means how are you? Muchas gracias. That is thank you very much. Okay, let's go on with the list. And we're starting with titles. Señor, señora, señorita. So this sound here is like a GN in French or in Italian. When you say, for example, filet mignon, Cabernet Sauvignon, talking about the wine, that sound, señor, that's Mr. Okay, second line on the column. Look at the left column, second line, joven. It's like a strong H, joven. ¿Cómo te llamas? Me llamo. Mi nombre es. Mucho gusto. Estoy aquí. Mi esposo, mi esposa, mi familia. ¿De dónde eres? I need to make a pause right here because people will ask you very often this question, but they wrap it up into a single word, ¿de dónde eres? That means ¿de dónde eres? Where are you from? Okay, I'm going on. Soy de plus country. For example, soy de Estados Unidos. I am from the United States. Next, ¿cuál es tu dirección? nacionalidad, email, etc. ¿Cuál es tu? What is your? And then whatever word comes afterwards. Este es mi email. Este es mi número de celular. Estoy en el hotel llamado. I'm in the hotel called or named, whatever. Okay, more phrases that are very immediate to use. ¿Cómo se llama? ¿De dónde eres? Me llamo. Soy de Estados Unidos. Phrases regarding money and payments. Me gustaría pagar en dólares. ¿Cuánto cuesta? ¿Dónde hay un cajero? ¿Acepta tarjeta? This J sound is like a very strong H in English. Tarjeta. Me gustaría dejar propina. La cuenta está mal. ¿Puedo ver? Quiero comprar. ¿Puedo probarlo? ¿Puedo probarla? Solo estoy mirando, gracias. ¿Puedo ayudarle? ¿Desea algo más? ¿Acepta efectivo? Me gustaría pagar en efectivo. Me gustaría pagar con tarjeta. So if you see the red dot, this is where I am reading. You need to pause probably, but I'm going one by one on the different lines for the different phrases and expressions. Now we are going into the area of shopping. ¿Cuánto cuesta? That means how much does it cost? ¿Puedo probarlo? May I try it on? Or may I try it only if it's something you want to taste? ¿Acepta efectivo? Do you take cash? Me gustaría pagar en efectivo. That's a longer word and a lot nicer. I would like to pay in cash, but you can only use pagar en efectivo, por favor, and that also works. It's a shorter version. We're going to the next columns, first line. And this is about times and schedules. ¿Qué hora es? ¿Son las 10 en punto? ¿Cuándo? El 20 de noviembre. ¿A qué hora? A las 8 de la noche. ¿Me puede recomendar un restaurante? Or the informal part, the informal way, ¿me puedes recomendar un restaurante? We use the formal way without the S, me puede, to address people who are older than us or someone we would address as sir or madame, someone who is a big boss, an important person, the president. But in general, it is okay to use the informal way, puedes, with the S. So I'll recap. ¿Me puedes recomendar un restaurante? Next line. Quisiera una mesa para dos, por favor. So here I am underlining the part that is the most important and most efficient. You can easily and simply say una mesa para dos, por favor. And the part of quisiera, the first word, can be left out because it means I would like. But if you say table for two, please, it's enough. Next line. ¿Me puede traer la carta, por favor? So again, this is very polite, very long and complete. But if you use the underlined part, la carta, por favor, that means menu, please. The menu, please. Next line. Aquí tiene. Next line. Quisiera ordenar. ¿Qué me recomienda? Estamos listos para ordenar. Plato fuerte. principal. Quiero lo mismo que ellos. Sometimes when you go to a restaurant and you don't know the names of the dishes or what's in it, but you see someone eating something that looks delicious next to you, then you want to use this phrase probably. Lo mismo que ellos, the same as them. Or I would like the same as them, which is very efficient because you don't need to name the things or start a conversation. You just point at the things and say lo mismo. Next page and line. Solo queremos beber algo. ¿Me puede traer la cuenta, por favor? Again here, the underline part. La cuenta, por favor. Check, please. Next line. Tengo hambre. Desayuno. Cena. Beber. Provecho. Hervido. Asado a la parrilla. Frito. A las brasas. Al vapor. Con guarnición. Sin. This is a very important word because it means without. So you might want to say sin chile, which means without hot spice, without picante. You can also say picante for no spicy. Cuchara, tenedor, cuchillo, vaso, botella, copa de vino, taza. More on the eating part. And then I would like to order a table for two. This is to make a reservation. You stop by a place and say this phrase. They will ask you what time. You need to know sometimes some numbers. A las dos, a la una, at one, at two, probably. But there is a section of numbers later on. ¿Puedo ver el menú? May I see the menu? Solamente queremos tomar algo. That means we only want to have a drink, to drink something. Me gustaría una copa de vino blanco. I would like a glass of red wine, white wine, vino blanco, red wine, vino rojo. Rojo is red. ¿Me puede traer la cuenta? May I get the check, please? ¿Acepta tarjeta? Quisiera dejar propina. Oh, acepta tarjeta means do you accept cards? Quisiera dejar propina. I would like to leave a tip. You can only use the word propina. They'll understand and they will ask 10% or 15%, 10% o 15%. In Mexico, it is usual to leave a tip of about 10 to 15%. If you are very, very pleased, 20% is fine, but between 10 and 15 is a standard. There are some suggestions on how to use this material, and because there is a lot of lines, a lot of phrases, you can use them to create short dialogues. And we will be teaching you that when you take the class during the conference. If you're going to attend, if you attended the conference, you can also see the video of the class afterwards. And there are some pronunciation tips right here, which is how to pronounce the vowels. All the vowels are always the same. So the first letter is A, and it never changes. It's always A, no matter where it's in the word or phrase. So I will say the 5 vowels: A, E, I, O, U. They never change. I mentioned the strong H sounds like Juan or Jose. No way, Jose. It's like that. G in front of V and I sounds sort of like an H in English, very strong. General. Jirafa for giraffe. But in the with the rest of the vowel sounds, it sounds like a soft G in English. Gato, which means cat. Gobierno, G-O, gobierno, which means government. Okay, H is always silent. It's written just for grammar purposes, but it never sounds. Okay, so if you say hamburguesa, which is spelled with an H at the beginning, it's not hamburguesa, but hamburguesa. It's totally silent. And the C in front of E and I sounds like an S. For example, cerveza, C-E-R-V-E-Z-A, cerveza, or cigarro, C-I-G-A-R-R-O. It's like a cigarette, so it sounds like an S sound, but in the rest combined with the rest of the vowels, it's a sort of a K sound. For example, casa, C-A-S-A is casa, which means house. Those are the tips of pronunciation, and if you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, or any of the social media that you are seeing here, Twitter, Instagram, and even Pinterest, you will see a lot of material both for pronunciation and vocabulary. This is just a taste of the whole course that you can take with us, which includes traveling, transport, customs, tourism, health, safety, even cars, police, tickets, parking, and everything that you need when you come to Mexico to travel, to live, to invest, to socialize, to party, to do business. Take our course, log on to lenguaycultura.com, which is languageandculture.com, and get your course. We have a special course only for attendees of this conference about Mexico with Live and Invest Overseas. It's a very, very valuable Spanish course, very useful, and you will definitely enjoy it. Also join us for the class. Thank you very much. This was Marco Telles, and this is Lengua y Cultura, Language and Culture.